beautiful Psybel dancers. Welcome to my review. We're around week 5 in the first session. So I'm going to go through what we've learned so far, and I'm also going to introduce a couple of new concepts that I don't think should be super foreign to you guys, and we can review and perfect during our next and final class of the session. So I'm going to start with slow, and then we're going to move on to fast, and then we're going to kind of throw it all together in kind of like a drill song, but I'm going to go through each move individually. Do whatever you need to do to warm up. Take care of that lower back. The first thing we need to go over though is posture and arms for ATS. So whenever you dance ATS, I want you to think powerful. I want you to think strong. You are a beautiful living statue, and that doesn't mean you're not immovable. It just means that you exude a certain amount of strength, and a lot of that strength comes from your shoulders, your scapulas, and your lats. And so you really need to depend on them to hold your arms up, because as we've all learned throughout the class so far, ATS is known for its beautiful, strong postures, right? They're annoying, but they're gorgeous. So first things first, you want some soft knees, okay? You want to kind of activate your core so you have a neutral pelvis. As you can see, I still have a curve because I am a human being. And then you're going to lift your chest, take your arms up and back so you can kind of feel your lat muscles engaged. Your scapulas are just maybe ever so slightly closer together. But as you can see, I still have like a thoracic curve here because, as you all might have guessed, I am a human being. So, soft knees, activated core, lifted chest, shoulders up and back. This is our basic ATS posture, okay? That's a lot like all the other belly dance postures out there. The one difference being really like the lat thing is super important. The shoulders up and back, really important. So let's just go through arm posture, shoulders up and back. Here's our neutral posture. We go to the hug a tree or tabletop position. We have these nice arms from the front. It looks like I'm holding my arms straight, but as you can see, I have this gentle curve, right? And then moving our arms up. Once again, they're not straight up, it's a gentle curve. And when you move your arms around, I really want you to engage your lats as much as you can and think about rotating your shoulder and their sockets so you're not like using your traps to move it around, right? You're really using your lats and taking advantage of this ball and socket joint to move it around and up. And so when you bring your arms up, you don't want to use your traps. You want to just turn your arms in their sockets, right? So we can do a basic arm sweep. This is one of those moves that is not a move where it's not on the list maybe, but we do this a lot. We can walk with these. And remember, keep those arms strong, those elbows strong. When you bring your arm down, the elbow is the last thing down, right? So it goes hand, then elbow, right? You're gonna feel this in your lats. You're gonna feel it in your biceps a little bit. Or triceps, actually. I need to learn more anatomy. Okay. The next thing we're going to go over is floreos. So in ATS, they're actually learned this from Cheryl. They're a little different from in flamenco. I think flamenco does do the ATS versions, but there's so many different floreos in flamenco actually. But it is inspired by flamenco. And so what you're gonna do, get those shoulders nice and engaged. You are going to hold your fingers like this. So you're holding a quarter, a shot glass. What else is this size? A small animal. Okay. All right. So you're gonna hold your fingers like this. You're gonna turn them towards yourself. You're going to turn your wrists so that your palms are now facing towards the wall, and you're going to wave back and then recenter. Inside, turn your wrists, hands to the wall, wave back to center, reset, hands to the wall, turn back to center, reset, hands to the wall, turn back to center. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a close-up, right? Your small animal here, because I'm weird. You're going to take your hand, turn to the outside wall, wave back, reset. All right, can I awkwardly? Here you go, guys. Turn it back to the wall. Yeah, it's a little weird angle for me. Wave, reset. Okay. Right. And one thing to work on is doing this in different positions, right? Because we do floreos in all sorts of positions. So a way to get started into that is start with tabletop, right? And then just slowly move your arms up, ever so slowly. And just keep that motion going over and over again. And if your arms out, right? Try again. Tabletop. And just keep going, right? So when we do those arm sweeps, we often add a floreo accent. We're not floreoing all the time. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Once again, making sure that your elbow is the last thing down and the first thing up. Beautiful. So those are floreos. We next learned about body waves. Body waves are one of my favorite moves. They are a skeletal movement. Obviously, there is some muscle involved, but as opposed to an undulation, which really is only the abs, a body wave is you're using your spine, right? So you want to envision your spine kind of coming off of a flat surface, coming back to neutral, right? And then kind of rolling down a flat surface. Let's try that again. You lean forward a little bit and you lift your chest ever so slightly. You come back to neutral and you bend your spine down a wall, right? So that it kind of like curves down straight, right? So you lean a little bit forward, just a little bit. It's like more of like a body weight change. You lift your chest, come back to neutral. You have a little bit of a chest lift at this point. You drop your chest and roll your spine down a wall. And you can do this standing against an actual wall. I have a huge butt, which is a thing to be celebrated, but it's not conducive to standing against a wall and trying to do this. You can still do it. I've tried it. I just bend my knees a lot. Let's try this again. Body weight forward, chest lift, shoulders against a wall, chest drop, roll down, undo that spine. Body weight forward, chest lift, shoulders against a wall, come back to neutral, drop your chest, roll down. One more time. Forward, up, neutral, drop, roll. Forward, up, neutral, drop, roll. Beautiful. And so when we do this move, your arm can either be here, your left arm is up, and I can do it from how you would see a leader in a troop. Your left arm can be up, forward, up, back, drop, roll, forward, up, back, drop, roll, and you do a floreo with that. Or a more common position is what we call half position here. Right arm up, left arm down. Remember, put your arms in their sockets, engage those lats. Right arm up, left arm down. Forward, up, neutral, drop, roll. And what I want you to do is when you do this body movement, keep your arms in that same position in space where they started. So don't move them forward with you. You want to create this illusion of like this undulation in a cage or something. And so you want allow your elbows to bend as you come forward, keeping your hands in the same area in space. Forward, up, neutral, drop, roll. And it really gives this beautiful undulation. Okay? And I'll do it from the back. So, a little tip and trick, keep your lower core kind of activated. I don't want you to clench it, but if you keep it activated, it allows you to bend forward and back without, first of all, it protects your lower back a little bit, but without overdoing it, right? You want to keep that body undulation, or body wave, excuse me, like kind of contained up here. Beautiful. Okay, the next thing we talked about were tuck seams or figure eights. And so this is where those nice soft knees really come in handy. You're gonna have both knees bent, right? They're kind of soft. And for that tuck seam, it starts on the right, okay? You're going to extra bend that right leg so that right hip drops down. You're gonna slide that right hip to the right. You're gonna bring it up. You're gonna contract these right obliques, contract, contract, while you straighten that right leg, all right? So you're making a whoosh, okay? And then you're gonna send it to the other side. You're gonna slide to the left, straighten that left leg, contract those left obliques, bring those hips up, okay? So when you're looking at your knees, try to do it at an angle here. That right knee bends, then it straightens, that left knee bends, straightens, bends, straightens, bends, straightens. Like there is a weight shift, but it's more, you use that weight shift to power your hip coming up instead of just kind of like, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, that's fine. Anyways, you're gonna bend that right knee, straighten it, use those obliques and that knee to crunch those obliques and bring that hip up. As you can see, we're making a figure eight. And if you're having trouble doing this, put your hands on your hips and make them do what you want. And then once you figure that out, think about what your knees are doing, what your obliques are doing, take your hands off. So let's look at it from the side. Here we go. Sorry, I make little noises. Right, left, right, left, right, arm positions for this. The first one is you just have your left arm up in this half position, right? So from this side, your right arm is going to be down. Make sure you have this back of your hand against your hip. Right. Move back. Beautiful. And then we also can layer it with an arm undulation. And so let's talk about the arm undulation first. So the arm undulation, once again, need to have those lats engaged. It looks like this, right? So there are a couple ways to think about it. You can think about it as shoulder up, drop the shoulder as your elbow comes up, drop the elbow as your wrist bends, and then finish it out. So shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand. And as one arm comes up, the other arm comes down, okay? This is not a movement with an exception. There's an exception here. This is not a movement. We don't go side to side here. When we're in this horizontal tabletop position, it's more of an up and down movement. So that brings me to the other way to think about it, which is where you're kind of moving your hands like this oppositional pattern, and then you just smooth it out and kind of contain it. And then there is your arm undulation, okay? This is a hard one. Don't worry about it. If it's tough, slow it down. Think about your elbows coming up and then going down, okay? And so from behind, it'll look like this. Great. So that exception, where it kind of starts to go side to side, is that the arm undulation can move up. It doesn't move down in ATS, but it can move up. So when you move it up, you don't want to do this when you're up here, right? That's weird, right? So when we're moving up, somewhere around the head, the arms start going from side to side here. And I'll show you what it looks like from behind. Great. Okay. You can layer it over your toxine. And so that's going to look like this. When your right arm comes down, that right hip goes down. Left arm comes down, left hip goes down. Right and right, down and down. Left and left, down and down. Right and right, down and down. Left and left, down and down. Right and right, down and down. Left and left, down and down. Right and right, down and down. Left and left, down and down. And then we can travel up. Beautiful. The other thing we covered is the reverse turn. So ATS has a lot of beautiful turns. What that turn looks like is we're up here in position 3. We bring our right arm down. So we're kind of at this angle here. This is called performance angle, right? We're gonna get more into that as we go. We're gonna bring our right arm down and kind of tilt our body to be more center. And as you bring that right arm down, the elbow's the last thing to get to the to fall, right? So it's kind of like pushing, right? Right arm down, Then you unwind with your feet. You come to center with the floreo, half position with the floreo. Okay, let's do that again. Center, half. I'll do it from here. Down, center, half. One more time. Down, center, half. The new move I wanted to teach you is called the propeller turn, okay? And so the propeller turn is a very simple series of arm movements and then a turn. So from the front, it looks like bringing your right arm down with a simple floreo, your left arm down with a simple floreo, and then your right arm down again with a simple floreo. Then you're gonna lift your wrist, bring your arms down, kind of like in that reverse turn position, right? Take your right foot, put it over your left, and unwind. And then here, you're going to cross your arms kind of at chest height and bring them apart. Let's do that again. Right arm, left arm, right arm. Break the wrist, arm comes down, right leg goes over left leg, unwind, bring your right arm up your body, and then open into half position. Let's do it from the back. Right arm, left arm, right arm, break, arm comes down, unwind, split. Great. All right, let's put all of those things together into a dance. And I'm gonna be dancing away from you so you can follow along.